Yes. And welcome to Unity of Calgary, everybody. My name is Anthony, and the band and I are going to do a song to get you in the zone. You are welcome here. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Doubts aside, you are worthy the hurt you hold inside. For you are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. All right, how does it sound out there? Yes, we're good? Okay, good, good, good. So let's do a song together, everyone. This is a beautiful little song called How Could Anyone Ever Tell You? How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever that your loving is a miracle. How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Okay, the next one is one, we haven't done this one in a while. This is from our friend Freebo, the songwriter down in the States. He was here a few years ago and he shared this song with us, and it's perfect for today. And you get to sing, you can sing along with the words with me, or you can sing the do, re, mi's, which the rest of the singers are going to be singing. Yes, you can stand up. I mean, you can roll around if you want, but you and I are both the same. We are all one people, open hearts and open minds. We want to be peaceful. We all live in one big world, all the boys and all the girls. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, re, do. I am you and you are me. We are all each other, all the young and all the old. You are all my brother. We all live in one big land. We all play in one big band. All the children holding hands. We are all one people. Oh, re, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. minds. We want to be peaceful. We all live in one big world. All the boys and all the girls. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, re, do.
Thank you, Anthony and the band. Welcome, everyone. I'm very happy to see all your smiling faces and all of you out there watching on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to another Sunday experience at Unity of Calgary. My name is Bob Elwood. I'm part of the spiritual leadership team here at Unity, and I welcome you all with an open heart. So let's begin with an affirmative prayer, shall we? Take a moment to relax. Close your eyes, if you will. And become one with yourself. Feel the breath as it flows into your body. Feel it being released. That is a life force that is everywhere present. And notice how easily it is given to you. Unconditionally. We don't have to fight for it or barter to get it. It's simply present all the time. So if you think you are not being supported by the universe, remember your breath. That's the universe supporting you. Bring your awareness to your heart now. And see if you can evoke a feeling of love. You can think back to some time where you felt loving, holding a baby, playing with your pet, hugging a friend, sharing a laughter at a family dinner. That love is present inside you each and every moment as well. And all you have to do is bring your awareness to it, to have it arise in you. Allow that love to fill your heart, to expand, and to reach out beyond your physical body. Intentionally send out rays of love to everyone around you. See if you can feel their presence. And if you're able to do that, then it shouldn't be too hard to believe that others can as well. And so that everyone else in the room is sending you rays of love. Feel that. That is what connects us. That is what brings us together. Feelings of love, compassion, forgiveness. They unite us. Feelings of anger and frustration and irritation, judgment, comparison divides us. So in this moment, just feel the love. And feel the goodness that you know resides in all the people around you. And take comfort in that. Believe in that. Today, we are here as one. To know that we are not alone. That the universe is supporting us in each and every moment. And knowing this, if you wish, declare it so, and so it is. We have a statement of being. And I encourage all of you to say out loud with me this statement of being if it speaks to you. It's the reason we come here each week. It's why we come together in community. So let us share this statement together. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this community, and in the universe. Now, our daily word reader is our very own John Burgess. He's also our secretary. He also comes here at 8 in the morning to help us set up, and he stays late to help keep the books balanced, and we're very honored to have him in our community. Let's please welcome John Burgess.
Thank you, Bob. It's going to be hard to live up to that. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to read the Daily Word gospel quote first. Quite often we do it last. But in this case, I think you know why. I think it's more appropriate. Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion." Genesis 1:26. Claiming dominion. Within me, I am confident and I remain calm. I am a powerful spiritual being endowed with dominion to take command of my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Even as I work to change my circumstances, I remember I am not constrained by what is happening around me. Claiming dominion, I choose my responses in all situations, while I live with poise and confidence. I claim dominion over my thoughts and feelings. When I recognize limiting thoughts, I train myself to affirm my spiritual power and my freedom. Divine wisdom guides me. I feel the strength of the indwelling Christ presence, moment by moment, thought by thought, as I use my dominion to establish a positive, fulfilling direction for my life. And this resonates with me quite a bit these days as we look around the world and humankind finds itself now with the ability to affect not only ourselves, but the entire planet, either positively, and if we take command of our own dominion, positively within ourselves and within the world. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Well said. Unity is part of a worldwide movement. And Unity Worldwide has a vision for the world and for the Unity community. And we have taken on that vision as our own. So please affirm with me. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we do that here at Unity of Calgary is through our mission. So please affirm with me if this rings true for you. We are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. And what that means is that we just show up in the world. You know, we're human as well as divine, and we may not do everything perfectly every day, every moment. But that doesn't change who we truly are inside. We are good. We are whole. We are healthy. We are enough. You are enough. So remember that as you go through your day. Have compassion for yourself and for others. And now we have some announcements. Before we go forward with the announcements, there's just a couple things I want to mention, and we haven't said this in a while, but there are people here in our community that are very sensitive to scents. So we encourage everyone to keep this Sunday morning experience or any gathering that we have scent free, because some people can really have strong reactions to it. So just a reminder for everyone. And then we have next week, our speaker is our very own Katie Grenham. And she'll be speaking of the healing power of self-compassion. Compassion is our theme for February. And Katie says, compassion is a form of love, of kindness, and of understanding. The more we understand or know about a person's situation, the easier it is to be compassionate. And yet we struggle to have compassion for ourselves. How do we have understanding, kindness, grace, and love for ourselves when self-judgment can creep in so quickly? So next week, we're maybe have a few little tips on how to do that. Also, after Katie's talk, it's our monthly potluck after the service. Bring a friend, something wonderful to share, or you can even bring your own lunch if you're uncomfortable sharing in the potluck. And then after that, around 1:15, new member orientation. This isn't just for people who want to become a member. This is for people who want to understand, perhaps, get a little deeper taste of what unity is all about. Everyone is welcome. And if you are wanting to become a member, this is one of the requirements to do so. So please come and join us after the potluck and learn a little bit more of what unity is all about. And the day before that, on February 12th, WRCA, the community where we host our Sunday experience, is having a winter carnival from 10 to 4. So if you want to come out, have a little fun, play a few games, get to know the neighbors, then please come on out. Starting at 10, ending at 4. Then the following week, February 20th, is our book study. After the Sunday experience, around 12:15, we're going to be studying Marianne Williamson's book, The Law of Divine Compensation, up to the first 6 chapters. It's going to be co-facilitated by Claude Pellerin and Cecil Wartner. And we're also considering maybe changing the book study to a Zoom meeting. So if anybody's got any ideas about that or questions, then please, you can contact any of the Unity Board or SLT, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. And actually, one more thing. We've been doing what's called Divine Essence Groups since last fall, actually. We started in the spring. We had 3 groups, and then over the summer, we closed those down and waited till the fall, and then we brought them up again, and we have 3 Divine Essence Groups now, one on Monday evenings, one on Thursday evenings, and one on Thursday mornings at 10 o'clock. Thursday evenings at 7 and Mondays at 7:30. And this is a concept created by Lynn McTaggart. Anybody familiar with Lynn McTaggart and the Power of 8? Well, that's what it's based on. She has been doing these studies globally and has seen the impact that it has. We all set intentions, and then the whole group holds that intention for that person. And it's quite powerful. So if anybody is interested in becoming part of a Divine Essence group, I'm part of the one on Monday and on Thursday evenings, and I'm loving it. There's so much wisdom and divine expression being shared there. I'm seeing a great difference in the people's growth and their clarity and understanding around these principles of unity and for themselves, what's important in their lives. And now we get some more beautiful music from Anthony Burbridge and the Unity Band. Let's give them a warm welcome.
What's the title of your talk, Reverend Doug, today? I'll put you on the spot. Yes, compassion for others begins with compassion for self. So that's why I chose this song. Oh, I can hear a song within me, and I know that song is a memory of home. I can hear my spirit singing as I give the world my soul's true song. And I sing, I'm worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my song. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my song. I can feel the life within me, and I know my life was meant to be lived. As I feel the love come through me, I can see that love is my gift to give. 'Cause I'm worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my love. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my love. If you don't open wide, let your brightest light shine, oh then no one will know what you might have been. And you are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of your life. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of your life. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of your life. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of your life. Sing with me, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my life. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my life. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy of my life.
Another original by our very own Anthony Burbridge. Today our speaker is well known to all of you. I'm sure you've seen him. He comes here once a month. He has been on this path of self-discovery and spiritual growth for 43 years now and going up. And he speaks from his heart and he speaks from his own experience. His title of his talk today is Compassion for Others Begins with Compassion for Self. Meaning you are all worthy of compassion for yourself. And I'm very much looking forward to what he has to share about this subject. Let's please welcome our very own Doug Craig.
Good morning. And how's everybody in this wonderful morning? Well, we're going to do a little bit about compassion today, a little bit different of a way of presenting it. The theme for the month is compassion, of course, and the affirmation is, I behold the Christ in myself and in others. So after we do the talk today and you do some thinking about it, try that on for size and work with it, because you're going to need it. Compassion defined is sorrow for the sufferings or trouble of another or others, accompanied by an urge to help, deep sympathy, pity, a feeling of distress and pity for the suffering or misfortune of others, often including the desire to alleviate it. So that's what the formal idea of a compassion is. I'm going to start with something that Ernest Holmes said in The Science of Mind. And he said, we have a beautiful story in the life of Jesus which shows his great compassion and love for humanity. And that story is the healing of the centurion servant. And it's really indicative of a model of how we need to approach circumstances and situations in other people in lives and confronting our own opinions about it. But the centurion had heard that Jesus was coming to town, and when he did, he went right to him and he asked him, he said, beseeched him, he said, Lord, my servant lies at home sick of palsy, and he's grievously tormented. Basically, he was dying. And of course, Jesus said, well, you know, I'll come and heal him. I'll come and heal him. And then the centurion said, Lord, you know, I'm not worthy of having someone of your stature under my roof. And also, I'm not just a centurion. I have a lot of soldiers and under me, and I'm a man of authority in that. And basically the story is, well, you know how it is. And Jesus said, yeah. So Jesus, when he heard this, he was marveled and said unto them that followed him, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great a faith as this. Because he didn't want him to come and touch him or do anything magical. He knew the power of Jesus' word. And folks, the real idea here is you don't have to be present in order to be a practitioner and help facilitate an opportunity for healing. It's not required. It can be absent. It requires belief, faith, and compassion. And so Jesus said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so it will be done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the same hour. Okay, it works like that. And I've had experiences myself where that's happened with practitioner work and the healing that happens either right away or down the line. And it's just using the same system that Jesus did. But it's the ultimate is the compassion. He had to move beyond this guy not being just a soldier. He was one of the top dogs. He ran the show. And these were the guys that were against him. You see, and that's what we got to look at today, folks. We got a lot of this stuff going on. I'm going to just do a sidebar here. We got a lot of that stuff going on right now with all the protests and things like that we're going across the country. And it's creating a divisiveness between people that were together before. That's got to stop. Don't matter what our opinions are. We're all entitled to have our opinions. And we've got to work to resolve situations like this from compassion from each other. Easy to say, harder to do, obviously, we could see that. But our job as individuals here, our job is to add that compassion and move beyond our own positions. for everybody, both sides and the ones that are in the middle, even the radicals. I mean, the hardcore guys. So we've got to do that, you know. We got to take this as a model that Jesus taught us. And of course, you know, there's no use even talking about compassion and what you're going to do for anybody else until you get down to the root of it. You can't have compassion for other people any greater than you've got compassion for yourself. Oh, you could do things and say, I'm doing compassionate things, look at all I'm doing. That's got nothing to do with what you're doing, folks. It's got to do with what you are when you're doing it, you see. And that's what we got to get really in tune with. And so we start by, how do you start the day? Do you run into the bathroom, whip your robe off, and stand there in the full-length mirror, naked as the day you come into this world, saying, "Good morning, God"? Or do you say, "Good God, morning"? Okay, it's kind of amusing, but the truth is, we got to really pay attention to that and to how we treat ourselves, and we got to learn to have compassion with ourselves before we can have compassion with others. And people say, well, I have compassion with myself. I do that. And I'm going to call that one. I won't tell you what I'll call it, but I'll call it because I'll tell you where you got to start. It's not in anything that you say or do. It's got to start where you think about yourself. And how do you treat yourself when you do something like a bonehead? Anybody done something like a bonehead and say, oh, you got to forgive yourself and it's okay and have compassion for it? That's where we got to start. And that's not the easy road. And the road, I say, to salvation is through self-acceptance and forgiveness. And, you know, generally, we are not really as bad as we think we are. Some people are, but most of us aren't. Okay? We think we're a lot worse than that. And so what do we say to ourselves? Put ourselves down, all that nitpicking, all that negativity. And don't worry, folks, everybody does it. I've been doing this for 43 years, and I still do it. But every now and again, you get an opportunity to take a personal development lesson that is not something that you go register in. You're going to take it whether you like it or not. And it costs. So I want to just give you a little idea about how I do these talks and things like that. I knew a month ago that I was going to do this talk, and I put the caption in and everything, and I just leave it. Okay, I leave it and settle and see what comes to me about experiences I've had and how it comes, or something usually comes up. And lo and behold, I had an experience that I really didn't share with anybody, just Anna, because I felt not good about it. And I had to work my way through it. Anna helped me. I registered for a personal development course that cost me $1,100. But I didn't pay a registration fee. What I did was I had an envelope with 11 $100 bills in it in my pocket. And I went early morning shopping to Safeway, and I got out, and when I went in the store, I reached in to get my list out and stuff like that, and wandered around, and when I got home, there was no envelope there. $1,100 was gone. So I did all the things, retraced my steps, because I had made another stop, did everything, put the calls in, all of that, but nothing. How do you think I started feeling about that? Anybody want? How would you feel? Ask yourself that question. I didn't know I was working on today's lesson at the time, by the way. Okay? And it was really tough. I wasn't going to say anything to anybody, and then I had to tell Anna because, it wasn't right the way I was working it. It just wasn't right, and I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't having compassion for myself. That's what the bottom line is. We don't need to get into the nitty-gritty. And Anna just said it, and she put it into perspective for me. She said, maybe there's somebody out there that really, really needed to have that money. And you provided it for them. And I went, wow, yeah. I can work with that. And that's how I worked with that to come along to not browbeating myself. I still don't feel good about it. I don't have to feel good about it. There's no rule saying I have to feel good about what happened. But there is a rule saying if I want to move beyond it, I've got to resolve that within myself and not browbeat myself, give myself a break, and turn it over to, well, there's a positive outcome here. Whoever found it, God, they must have needed it. And I hope they make good use of it. Okay? And if you think it's easy to do, I've been doing this 43 years. It was not easy to get by that. But that's what we got to do, folks. We got to get by all of those things that we do that you could label anything you want. I call them bonehead experiences. You call them what you want. But we've got to learn to work our way through those and come to a place where we still have compassion within inside of ourselves. And what Anna presented to me, that idea of that person who found it must have really needed it, and God bless them for getting it, and hope they put it to good use. And so I could do that to get some peace. And it worked. However, I did not know until this morning that I was working on the talk this month when that happened. Now, I like it to happen other ways, but boy, did it ever get my attention. And I don't call it lost money. I call it a fee that I paid for a personal development lesson. Okay? Look at it like that. Because, one of my fees that I paid for my personal development lesson when I first got into it was, in those days, it was about 20 grand, and that was in 79, 80. So it's about $200,000 worth. That was a good personal development lesson. It cost me a lot, but did I ever learn? I don't want to pay that again to learn. So there's always those things, and sometimes there's a dollar value on them, and sometimes there's an emotional value, and more often than not, there's I got to get off my position value, because we get pretty much centered and stuck in our positions, and we all need to get off our positions to learn and grow. How it's going to work, I don't know, but I can tell you that it does work. So we've got to stop that self-destructive, self-critical, negative thinking about self. Because think about it, who would want to live with someone like the way we treated ourselves if they were treating us like that? The question is, would you live with yourself if you treated yourself that way? And the answer is no. So what are you going to do about it? Well, I want to live with myself, so we got to learn that compassion. So let's move it on now. It's not just about what you say or what you do for people. It's always about how you feel about what you're saying and what you're doing. Okay? You could do all these things because it's the right thing to do, but if you feel resentful or negative, then you really don't have compassion for yourself or for compassion for the person that you're dealing with. My brother Bob did 255 days in the foothills, and now he's in a care facility doing really well. And other than the days I was not allowed to go because of COVID, which are about 30, and about 8 or 10 days during Santa season a couple of years back, I went every day. And one day Bob said to me, he says, you don't have to come every day. It's okay, because I know you're really busy. And you know what I said to him? I said, no, I have to come every day, Bob. He said, why? I said, it's not for you. It's for me. I have to come every day. I have to do that for me. Because that's how I was treating myself compassionately, is because I had to do that for me, to go there and be for him. Whether he needed it or not, I needed it. And, of course, he's the benefactor of it, okay? Do you see how that works? Because it was genuine concern and caring, because we had a lot of years that we were not close. And I'm the oldest of 6 siblings, and 4 are already dead, and it was all tragedy, absolute tragic. And Bob's the last one I got. And it's not supposed to work that way, is it, if you're the oldest? So it's a different level of compassion. And now I'm going through the same thing again with my friend of 63 years, where we had been in the hospital and Anna had helped him and took him to his appointments. I looked after his affairs, and we got him to a point where he was doing well, and then poof, he really cratered, and we got to get him into a care facility because we can't give him the care that he needs. And go through the process with that, with him and with us ourselves. We have to have compassion on ourselves for what we've done, and to recognize we can't give him what he needs anymore, and to have the compassion and sense to be able to take it to the next step and be there to support him while he's doing that. Easy to say, eh? But very interesting. And those are just ways that I experience compassion in my own journey in my own life. And then we also have another one. We got 3 different people in 3 different care facilities, and that's my auntie. And when auntie goes, I'm top of the food chain on that side of the family. I'm the old guy. So that's kind of a interesting scenario to go through mentally too. But it's the compassion, you see. So keep that in mind when you're doing things. Next thing, and the last idea here is, you got to ask yourself, what's your main driving or motivating factor in your life? Boil it down to one thing. And a lot of time we have our annual intention, or we have our vision or mission for ourselves. And what's the one thing that drives you? Because the one thing that drives you is going to give you all that opportunity that you need to be compassionate for yourself and to be compassionate for others. Mine hasn't changed. When I set it in motion in 1979 in December, I'm on the same mission and the same intention and the same vision today that I was then. Because I was lost, and I said, God, if there's a way, if there is a God, and if there is a way I could get my life back, I will commit my life to service. Because I was bad. It was bad. It was gone. I was just about done. And lo and behold, I got directed to this teaching and philosophy, and I went into service. So I went back and finished teaching at SAIT and got my ministerial papers, and I went in to be a minister for the rest of my life in a church or a center. That's what I thought I was going to do. And that's what I was doing until I went through change and a burnout. And I'm going, this is where I had a real problem with making this commitment to service over the years. Because God didn't do it the way I thought it should have been done. I thought I was on the track to do that way the rest of my life. I didn't know that that's not the way I was going to do it. I did not know that I was going to be a part-time ministry, that I was going back to SAIT for another 22 years. I did not know I was going to be a Santa. And a good one, too, because I got a good Mrs. Claus. If you don't have a Mrs. Claus, then you're not as good because you got a lost clause. It's not up to me to define and say how I'm going to be of service. My job is to show up, shut up, do it, and bring the compassion there. So I decided that when I got the problem with this, I realized that, well, being a professor is being of service. You would not believe the students I have still from the early 80s that I'm in contact with that just are grateful for what I gave them. And they always remembered it because they said, the way you taught was really different than the way the other people do, because your stories were really different. Yeah, I told them some good accounting stories from the old days. Okay? So I did not know that I was going to be a Santa. I want to talk about an opportunity to have compassion for people and be of service. You would not know what that feels like when you're doing the party with Mrs. Claus for the fetal alcohol adoptive parents support group for fetal alcohol syndrome kids. And we're not talking little guys, we're talking big guys, older guys, in their teens and late development ages. And to be able to go there and to be in that consciousness of compassion and of service, and to be able to be plugged into Spirit and do the right things and say the right things to get through to each of them, because they're all a little bit different, if you want to know what I mean. They do it differently. And what a joy that was for us to be able to do that. But that's compassion. And then compassion for, well, here now I've finished work, and what am I doing? Well, I'm being of service to my aunt and my brother and my friend. And that's where it comes in, okay? And compassion to myself, because I got my whole hobby charted out from May till the end of October. My hiking, my mountains. I love it. So, folks, the best thing that we can do for ourselves is move in to what's our intention for our life, have compassion for ourselves, and see how it happens in all the small ways and big ways already. It's already there. We just need to stop and acknowledge and get in touch with that feeling as we're doing these things, and be more aware of it. Sometimes we don't need to do nothing other than just be more aware of what we are and what we're doing. And so I'll leave you with a quote that I come across here. And I'm going to read this quote, and Anthony, I'll ask you to take us into meditation right after the quote here. And the quote is, remember, faith and fear both demand you believe in something you cannot see. You choose.
I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. There is nothing that I need to say. There is nothing that I need to change. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. And there is nothing that I need to do. There is nothing that I need to prove. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am.
So as we go within to that secret place of the Most High, we do know and so that this one eternal life that is forever giving of itself is God's life, our life, right here and right now. So as we go into a state of prayer meditation, let us know that compassion motivates us to alleviate the suffering of others, to honor and respect all life, and to treat everyone with justice, fairness, and respect. To treat others both as we wish to be treated and as they wish to be treated. That is our mandate for compassion. And that compassion begins at home. So we'll go into the silence, and I want you to hold and support yourself in a vision of love, life, and light, and seeing yourself as whole, perfect, and complete at all times and in all ways. And now, more than ever, compassionate action in all sectors and area of life is required for our future survival and the welfare of all creation. For we're all the same. We all share this one life, and we all express it and experience it differently in our own unique ways. And we're all blessed with this spiritual presence. So let us claim it for ourselves and accept it for ourselves, and know that we are an expression of the Most High, and we know that God is good, God is great, so am I, and so it is.
I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. And there is nothing that I need to say. There is nothing that I need to change. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. And there is nothing that I need to do. There is nothing that I need to prove. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Just as I am.
And just before I turn it back over to Bob, I wanted to mention one more thing. Take this and Google it. It's called the Charter for Compassion. There's a worldwide organization with a lot of very prominent people, and their mandate is to put forward this Charter for Compassion. It is absolutely excellent. That's why I mentioned it. Worth looking at. Thank you. Whee!
Live in a world change this with the choices that we make, because we've all been given the power to choose what our lives will mean. The world is waiting for us to set that power free, 'cause we can be heroes. We can be heroes in our lives. We can scale the tallest problems with the power of our minds. We can be heroes. We have the power to decide. If we're willing to take action, we can be heroes in our lives. Live in a world of plenty, where millions go without. But if we follow our compassion, we can change that here and now. 'Cause we've all been given the power to choose what our lives will mean. The world is waiting for us to set that power free. We can be heroes. We can be heroes in our lives. We can scale the tallest problems with the power of our minds. We can be heroes. We have the power to decide. If we're willing to take action, we can be heroes in our lives. It's now or never. You gotta make your choice today. Are you gonna hide the gifts God gave, or will you give your gifts away? 'Cause we can be heroes. We can be heroes in our lives. We can scale the tallest problems with the power of our minds. We can be heroes. We have the power to decide. If we're willing to take action, we can be heroes in our lives. We can be heroes. We can be heroes in our lives. We can scale the tallest problems with the power of our minds. We can be heroes. We have the power to decide. If we're willing to take action, we can be heroes in our lives. If we're willing to take action, we can be heroes in our lives.
We can be heroes. Woohoo! And how do we do that? By showing up. It's that simple. Be compassionate, be honest with others and with yourself. And accept that we make mistakes sometimes. It's okay. That's part of being human. And in fact, those mistakes aren't something that should not have happened. They happened for a reason. And if we can just pay attention and have the courage to own up to those mistakes, we will learn something and we will become better people. And we can change our minds. You know, we can make a different choice next time. It's not that difficult, but we need to love ourselves. And that's something I've struggled with my whole life. I've had a very low self-image for much of my life. And it takes great courage to love yourself, warts and all. So let's do that. Let's be kind and loving to ourselves as we move forward in this life. It'll make a huge difference, not just for yourself, but for everyone that surrounds you. And now we enter our time of conscious giving. By sharing your time, your talents, your treasures, you create this community. We create this community together. And I'm so grateful for all of the time and the talent and the treasure that has been shared here and that is shared here every week. So many people could do so much to make this happen. And just sitting in your chairs or sitting at home watching on YouTube or Facebook makes a difference. Know that. For we know this community is a blessing and that financial abundance is flowing our way. You can place your donations in the baskets at the back. You can donate by sending an e-transfer to donate at Unity of Calgary, or you can go to our website and donate from there, or you can simply send a check. We're going to sing our offering song, Give with an Open Heart. And when we do this, I want you to open your heart, to feel that generosity within yourself. And if it doesn't have to be money, it can be a kind word or even a kind thought. The other person may not even know you're doing it. It all makes a difference. So let's all please stand and sing from the heart, Give with an Open Heart.
I'm gonna give with an open heart. I'm gonna give with an open heart. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my life. And I trust that a higher power will always be there to provide. And that's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. Well, I place my faith in the Spirit, and I welcome each and every day. When I let go of all my troubles and worries, a new abundance always comes my way. And that's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart. Woohoo!
And now let's please join Cecil as he blesses the offering.
Thank you, Paul. We'll take a little look just to refresh our memories. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, each and every one of you. We also have a blessing for the children. And we've got Mia Faith here. Hello, Mia. So nice to see you. Welcome. And I loved your energy dancing. That was great. It got me going. And we have a blessing not only for the children that are here, but for the children in our lives, and especially the children, our own little child within. So please affirm with me. We love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. Now let's take a quiet moment. You can all take your seats again. take a quiet moment and bring to your awareness anything or anyone that you would like to surrender into prayer right now. For we know that turning our concerns over to Spirit opens the way for abundant blessings to unfold. So just take a moment. We have ours. Oh, I think Larry's on it. Our prayer box. You can just imagine the name going into the prayer box. There are prayer requests at the back that you can write and enter, put in the prayer box. But for now, just allow the names to drift over, using your thought, to drift over into the prayer box, knowing that they will be held in prayer. You can also submit your prayer request to our website at unityofcalgary.org or by emailing prayer@unityofcalgary.org. Your request is sent out to our prayer team and to Silent Unity for 30 days of prayer. And if you need a prayer, if you need some support right now or at any time, you can reach out to Silent Unity 24/7 at 1-800-NOW-PRAY. We also hold in love other Unity communities each month. And this month we hold in prayer Unity Ministry in Motion, our very own former mentor minister, Pat Ball's ministry, and also the Unity of Edmonton ministry. We see them having the love and support they need to continue cultivating the unity consciousness and bringing the message of unity across our country. So let's just take a moment to connect with those two unities. Feel that connection. And how do you do that? Feel the love inside yourself and simply allow it to go out. Intend that love, that compassion to reach out to everyone in those ministries. Feel the oneness that that creates. We are not alone. You are not alone. And now let's share and affirm our prayer of protection out loud together. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The power that is God protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. And now we get to stand up and share the beautiful music of Anthony Burbridge and the Unity Band.
Let's say hello to the band before we do the song. Doug, Vivian, Patty, Chad, Gavin, Bob, and over on sound is Ray.
Hey.
Thank you very much. And a quick hello to all of the members of our community who are at home. It looks like it's a list of my favorite people, starting with Susan, Wayne, Chris, Ariana, Brenda, Adele, Carrie. I can hear you going, woo, from home. Wanda, Lorraine, and the dynamic duo of Dawn and Ross. Let's all say hello to everybody at home. All right, let's stand up and do this. I will wees and I will go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'll release and I'll let go. I'll let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you, Anthony and the Unity Band. Thank you all for enjoying this wonderful morning experience. And now, also, of course, thank you, Reverend Doug Craig. It's, as always, wonderful wisdom. And ouch, I know how I would feel if I had lost that envelope. So what a wonderful lesson. Thank you again, Doug, for sharing your wisdom with us. Now if we could all create a circle in the outside of the room, we'll sing our final song together. And as you go out into the week, share the peace and the love that is you with everyone you meet.
1, 2. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin.
Snacks, some coffee, and have a great week.
You and I are both the same. We are all one people. Open hearts and open minds. We want to be peaceful. We all live in one big world. All the boys and all the girls. You and I are both the same. We We are all one people. Do, re, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, re, do. I am you and you are me. We are all each other. All the young and all the old. You are all my brother. We all live in one big land. We all play in one big band. All the children holding hands. We are all